Breakups are often the symptom of problems in a relationship. My workbook series, The Knowledge, is focused on helping you change your life in 4 key areas: retaining the information that I teach, personal growth, improving your relationships, and of course, re-attracting your ex. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
Hi there, I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be looking at secret reasons for your breakup. Well, as I have said many times, every situation is different and every breakup is different. And of course there are tons and tons of different reasons that a couple will break up. Many of them are secret. Many of them are unknown or unknown to your unconscious.
Right.
And there are a lot of things going on in the unconscious, both in you and in your relationship and the other people in your lives. And they will have a powerful effect on your relationship even if you have no idea. So Margaret is going to talk about this today, and it's really important that you understand this. This isn't a basic concept, okay? If you want a basic concept, this isn't the video for you. If you want to know some really juicy insight into why things might be happening under the surface or under your awareness and even other people in your lives' awareness, listen up.
Okay. One of the things that happens is it looks like it's just you and your partner who are involved in decision making about staying together or breaking up. But if you look very closely, you're not the only people involved.
No, you are not.
So let's just review the typical relationship. You know how it goes. We hear about relationships that are described as follows. We hit it off right away.
Right, it was instant attraction.
Instant attraction, and we had a wonderful time, and we got to know each other, and we saw each other more and more often, and after 3 or 4 months of having more and more contact with each other, we started to say, I love you to each other.
Yep.
But somewhere in that first year, he or she suddenly broke it off. You are stunned. You are thunderstruck. You didn't see it coming.
Yep.
It appeared to come out of the blue. Everything seemed to be okay. Sometimes people give you reasons, and sometimes they don't.
Yep.
They just refuse. Common reasons that we hear are, I lost my spark for you, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Sure.
I need space. You're not tuned into my emotional needs. I don't see you often enough, and when I do, you're preoccupied.
And some of these are very true.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these are very valid reasons, yeah.
Or, I can't do it anymore, which really means they can't meet your needs anymore, so they think. Now, just remember, for the better part of the time you've been together, there are hormones at work, okay? Because remember, Mother Nature floods us with hormones. All Mother Nature wants is for us to procreate. Mm-hmm. Mother Nature doesn't know about living 50 years with somebody. So she just says procreate, procreate, procreate. So you probably haven't had a lot of time or put a lot of thought into really starting to take a good look at your partner. Yeah. To say, is this person a good long-term investment?
Yeah.
Have we had a good time and we should let it end at short? How are we going to make decisions around all that? And what the heck happened? Here's the question. Is your partner in some way still so tied to their family of origin that it makes it very difficult for them to move their loyalty from their family of origin to their partner?
I want that to sit in.
Okay.
Let's say that again, because this is crucial for you guys to understand.
Okay.
Okay, this is not something that you would typically think about, but you need to, because these type of things are playing out in many relationships.
Absolutely.
Okay? And with the Applebee's girl, we both know that was one of the underlying issues.
Yes, it was.
Was the whole family of origin having an impact and deciding what happened with my relationship and her sisters and her brothers.
Absolutely right. Yeah. So once you become aware of this, you begin to see it. But before that, it's usually quite invisible. All right. I'm going to say it one more time. Is your partner still so tied to their family of origin, you know, by love ties and expectations and all of those things, that it's hard for them to move their loyalty from their family of origin to their current partner? Okay? And I have seen people struggle with this over a lifetime. Should I be taking care of my family of origin, perhaps my aging parent, or should I be more concerned about my wife and children?
Yeah.
Well, once you've made a commitment to a partner, they really become your first priority and should be your first loyalty. But that's easy for me to say. It's not that simple.
Now, are we going to talk about how younger people really struggle with this too? Because I think it's important that they understand that if you're dating somebody that's like 21, 22 years old.
Absolutely, it's that much harder. Yeah.
Because they haven't ever individuated
That's right.
from their parents and haven't even started making their own decisions yet.
And I'm going to talk about that next time. I'm going to devote a
We've got
session
another video
to
on that? Good.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with some examples of how we see this play out in real life. And my first one is going to be a guy from a TV show. I think it was called Alone, where the people went out and lived in the woods in some horrible place in British Columbia in the fall, and the leaves were starting to turn and it was starting to snow, and it was just terrible conditions.
Wow.
And the guy who lasted the longest was going to win $1 million.
Wow.
Okay?
Can I make a prediction?
Yes.
Were they allowed to bring anything with them?
One or two things. A frying pan, a piece of rope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
Because my prediction would have been that somebody that was able to bring something personal with them would have been able to last longer because they had an object to remind them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they were absolutely crazy by the end of it. I think that's why I was so intrigued with it. But anyway, this guy sticks...
Or maybe they were just watching other breakup coaches.
Maybe. That would have put them to sleep.
Yeah, in some cases.
Anyway, the man in the Alone show who lasted the longest, they came in and they got all the other guys. He won his $1 million, and they flew his wife in to see him when he finished with this, and he didn't look all that excited to see her, I didn't think. And I thought, this is kind of strange.
See, you avoid it?
Well, so anyway, it shows him, he gets home to his nice house in the Midwest somewhere, and he has 2 kids, one of whom is disabled, and his wife is there, and they all seem to be having a good time. But to end the story for you, he gave all the money to his parents because he said they had raised him, they had taken care of him, and he owed them.
Wow.
Now, I didn't see the next scene, but I sincerely hope his wife hit him with a frying pan. Because let's remember, she was without his company or his help in raising 2 kids, without the money he normally brings in, and I don't think she had a terrific few months. But he seemed to have no concept of that at all. So you can certainly see where he was married to this woman, they had a house, they had 2 kids. But were his loyalties with her? No. Not only that, the disabled child could have some improvement in his condition with a fairly good expenditure of money, which instead went to the parents.
Wow, yeah.
I was appalled, utterly appalled.
So loyal to his parents and not to his own wife and
not really
kids.
to his wife and kids. And it's not as simple as it sounds. Some of these messages are very subtle. And remember, parents continue to have a good amount of control over us until we really become aware of it.
Yep.
Okay.
And you guys need to think about your life and your relationship with your parents. Yeah. How much control do they have over your life? How much do they pressure you or push you to do what they want you to do?
More than you might think. Here's another example. I think of a woman client I worked with for a long time, and one day I said to her, "You had no right to get married." She had been married to a really kind of nice, mild-mannered guy for 3 or 4 years, and she had only good things to say about him. Well, she was furious. How dare I say that? Whatever did I mean? And I said, you married him, but you've made 3 suicide attempts in the last 3 months.
Wow.
Making a commitment to somebody means being alive to spend time with them. And all of this went back to her family of origin, and she had always been told she had no right to be happy. She was the bearer of all ills of that family. And so she didn't think she deserved to be happily married to this really nice guy.
Yeah.
All right?
And so you guys got to think about that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had your parents somehow unconsciously, or maybe how would they do it? How would a parent do that to a child?
Oh, there are all sorts of ways it can be done. Let me go on a little bit, and then if it's still not clear, go back to
Okay,
it.
good.
Okay? We hear of people who are especially attached to a family member, and it always goes just slightly over the top. Betty is like this with her mother. Beware of this, okay?
They talk 20 times a day.
Yes. Joe is like this with his father. Mm-hmm. They go fishing, they go to the gun range, and he sees more of his father than he does of me. Mm-hmm. Does that sound a little over the top to you?
So it's okay to have a good relationship with your parents.
Absolutely.
But when they're putting other people as the priority,
right,
it's a problem.
Yeah. Now here's my favorite.
Okay.
Our family has been in the noodle business for several generations. Mm-hmm. So
they must be Italian.
Yes, I hadn't thought of that. So, of course, you will be going to noodle school.
Sounds like mafia Italian now.
No. But
like Godfather 3.
But you say, but what if I want to study butterflies on Madagascar? Or on the Isthmus of Panama? Mm-hmm. Do I have to go to noodle school? And the family says, what are you talking about? How could you say that? We have to have this for the next generation. Mm-hmm.
We've worked so hard, our families worked
worked our fingers to the bone.
You can't just give up the noodles.
What if I want to study Tasmanian devils in Tasmania, says this poor person.
They better like noodles.
And then she says, well, what if I'm not good at noodles?
God forbid, what if I don't like noodles?
Oh my God. Well, that would be the ultimate family betrayal. Mm-hmm. And what if I don't want to have children? Okay, so here were the two expectations. Mm-hmm. You will go to noodle school, no matter what you want, and you will produce children.
Who will also take over the noodle business.
Well, not only that, the people you date have to be noodle nerds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They better be good with noodles.
They better be good with noodles. Now, this person's in a tough position. Let's back up and think about it. It's amusing, and I meant for it to be. But think of the position. I think I'll say she, and I think the person we're thinking about was a she. But she's in a pretty tough position here. The whole future is resting on you going to noodle school and producing children for the future generations who are going to run the noodle factory. It would take some whatever to stand up to that, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Because they're going to threaten to disown you. They're going to isolate you.
Absolutely.
They're going to berate you. They're going to punish you. They're going to manipulate you. They're going to do everything they can do to force you to get them to do what they want you to do.
And is that fair?
Of course not.
No. And I'm going to make my last terrible pun here. And by the way, if you don't do what we want, we are going to dump a casserole of guilt on you. Okay?
Sounds like oodles of noodles.
Oodles of noodles, yes. So this person's really in a not easy position right now. And they're going to be called everything in the book by the immediate family, the extended family. They may be disowned, who knows. So it would take some real intestinal fortitude to say no to that. Yeah. And yet, if you want to be your own person and make your own decisions, you really kind of have to say no to that. Okay?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And so you got to think about the person that you're dating. You're not just the only two people in your own life.
That's right.
There are other people influencing your partner, your ex, you. Think about it. Think about all the people that influence you, or maybe try to guilt you or get you to do a certain thing where you don't want to do it, or live a certain way that you don't want to live.
You don't want to live, that you don't want to do. And, you know, all my friends are saying I should break up with him. He's no good for me. All my friends are saying, and my aunts and my uncles and my cousins, that I should marry you because you're the right kind of guy for us, for our family. But he's not marrying our family. Mm-hmm. He's marrying you. And so people can be in a very difficult position on this one. And it's not always as easy as it sounds. And what I'm saying here also is, in that first year, when you're just really getting to know somebody, take it very seriously, because how this person goes about making decisions could affect your life and could affect who you marry and who you spend the rest of your life with. And you don't want to be unhappy for the second 2/3 of your life.
No, you don't.
I saw a statistic while I was researching this that said you'll have something usually exceeding 20,000 Wednesday nights together.
Wow.
You better like whoever that is, and you better have your noodles together.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you know, the other thing that I was thinking while you were talking about this is that this would also affect people that are exploring their sexuality.
Absolutely, and even more so. I thought of that too.
So if maybe you were trying to, and maybe if you're a woman and you're starting to explore dating another woman,
Yep.
and your mom is like, I want grandbabies, you can't be
Absolutely.
gay.
And not only that, you know, God is mad at you now, and religion can get into it very quickly and very easily, or two guys together. It can be very, very difficult.
I can think of several people that I work with, or have worked with,
Yes.
that they, you know, the person that they were dating, they were exploring a gay or a lesbian relationship,
Right.
and the other person couldn't do it.
Right. Because their family would be too upset.
And that's possible, a possible hidden agenda or a hidden
Absolutely.
reason, even within the person.
Yep.
Because if the person is thinking, I can't disappoint my mother, I can't disappoint my father, if they would disown me if they thought I was gay.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's very hard. Because remember how important our parents are to us in that first few years, and the power over us that parents' words have. And one of the authors I was looking at before doing this was saying that there's nothing more tragic than that. When you really have the right person, but there's some sort of category like this that keeps you from being together.
Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you assess your partner, and in that first year we're so excited about just saying, oh, look how much we have in common, that we don't notice the other stuff, you know, that we might also have in common.
But you better be aware of it, because it's coming.
Better be aware of it, because it's coming. So I think sometimes when a breakup comes out of the blue, something has changed in somebody's family of origin, or they have a new view of what their roles and expectations really ought to be.
Absolutely.
Okay? So I will let you think about that. If you have questions, please let us know.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to say a little more about it later.
Okay.
Okay?
So, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching. If you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. Margaret is also here to do Skype coaching.
And oodles of you have been signing up, and I'm very happy about that. Thank you.
Make sure you put a like on the video for Margaret and all the hard research she did on this one. And check me out on Instagram. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And I will talk with you soon. I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net.